Hello, hello. I'm slouched, hanging out on the couch and everything. How's it going? My name is Lauren. Casted for Chair League. We have a placement game ahead of us, hopefully, of Boyz the Chen versus Balloon the Granta Strength. Unfortunately, we have yet to hear from Boyz the Chen in any capacity. They are signed up. They have their active players. On the Chair League site, I have attempted to add the captain of their team to my friend list to no avail. Balloon Granta Strength are already here in the lobby. We are ready to go. It would be unfortunate. Oh, wait, no. Akita just showed they are here, so we do have an actual game. Hey, Phantom Puppy, how's it going? Cutting it close. Cutting it close. Alright, Akita just joined the lobby. So we got us a ball game. I will be able to cast a game tonight. That's fun. I'm still all slouched. I gotta sit up. I'll get around to that. So let me get these draft links out. I heard a follow. Glix the Sad. Thanks for the follow, man. Appreciate that. There's the OBS link. Gonna get the away draft link to the captain of Balloon Grant a Strength. That thing is gonna crack me up all night. I can already tell. Alright. Alright. The members of Boyz Chen, who also have a really interesting name, are gonna start filing their way in. We're gonna be on Tomb of the Spider Queen, a high action, high volume map that I enjoy casting personally. A lot of swift rotations definitely affects how you approach the draft. Should be neat. I'm gonna post a link in the chat of the Cherry League addition to watching these games. You can vote for you can give star points to the players as they make plays in the game, and then that's a statistic that gets racked up over the season. Really revolutionizes the way audiences watch esports, in my opinion. You see someone make a really good play, you click the button, it's like, oh wow, look at this. Neat. That guy made a really good play. So I'm gonna give him that little star button. So check it out. Let me get the draft link to Aikida of Boyz Chen. A lot of me was really looking forward to this game just because of these team names. I believe I've seen Boyz Chen in some of the amateur tournaments. I believe this would be my first time seeing Balloon Grant a Strength. People come up with some wild names, man. One of our players is having some technical issues as a member of Boyz Chen. One moment, please. No problemo. Hey, Super Joe, how's it going, man? Two great puns versing off. Who would have thought? That's what Cherry League is about. Boyz Chen versus Balloon Grant the Strength. I mean, that makes my night already. Balloon Grant a Strength. I hope y'all look back at the VOD on this and be like, we got a pretty funny name, man. I mean, if you name yourself Boyz Chen, you gotta be at the very least a kid in the '90s, right? I mean, you just don't call yourself Boyz Chen for nothing, right? At least I wouldn't. But that's just me. I mean, what do I know? I named my team the 85 DeLoreans, so that says anything. I think that's a cool name, though, between you and me. But at least Balloon Grant the Strength already. Presumably, once this fifth person of Boyz Chen sort out their technical issues, they will jump into the lobby. And what the heck was that? Cowboy Cow with the host. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Neat. Hope the Scrimmy ad was pretty cool. Both great names, but I'm giving the edge to Boyz Chen. Here we go. To the end of the road. Still I can't let go. That's awesome. We'll see. It's a classic name. Oh, we got the draft underway. Cool. So, it's because we're 80s. We are. Balloon Grant the Strength has elected to take us to Tomb of the Spider Queen. How's it going, Kyle, by the way? Boyz the Chen have first pick privileges based off of that. Boyz the Chen going into their time pool quite a bit. You're going to see heroes like Zagara coming to the conversation, Sylvanas. Zul's a very strong hero on this map. Might see some play from him. Brax's holdout. Cool, man. Cool. The Kerrigan band makes a lot of sense as well. Kerrigan's team fight ability is devastating, especially on a map like Tomb of the Spider Queen. Those tight corridors, thin exit and pathways around the turn-ins are prime real estate for a Kerrigan combination. Follow-up can be a whole thing, so Boyz Chen doesn't want to deal with that. And also leaves them some of those stronger specialist options available to them. Balloon Grant the Strength is in an interesting spot now, because it's like, well, do we ban Sylvanas, Zul, or Zagara because they're likely to get one of those? I mean, why not? If I'm on the side of Balloon Grant the Strength, I would be prone to banning Sylvanas. Sylvanas being able to lock down structures while these web weavers do their thing is a considerable problem should you start to fall behind in the game. I'd rather deal with Zul's ability to wave clear, but I mean, at the same time, Zagara is very impactful in this map. Spreading a creep around the vision makes it very difficult for you to get a turn in yourself. Information is key, knowledge is power. Knowing's half the battle. G.I. Joe. Get an 80s kid, Pickle. 80s kid. They do elect to ban out Zagara. I get that. Boyz Chen now have their first pick of the draft to consider. Zul Sylvanas still hanging out there. Cade Claxton feels that Zul carries the map. Apparently, so do Boyz the Chen. They're going to pick up Zul. The wave clear game is already serious based off of that alone. But these specialists are high priority. You're going to see Sylvanas get picked up first for Balloon Grant the Strength. And you also want the Fire Maze. They want the AoE damage. The added lockdown from Gravity Lapse. Kel'Thas is a hero that's kind of fallen out of favor of late over the past few patches. He's had yet another considerable rework. And while he can still do a lot of damage, I think some people feel that there are other options on the table to consider that have escapes and have the same amount of damage potency. But again, Chain Bomb spreads a lot of damage. These are some tight corridors on this map, so they could definitely get some value there. Li Ming is going to be the mage for Boyz the Chen. They want the poke ability. This is a map that I think strongly favors how you approach tombs, like, you know, how you approach playing Li Ming. She can poke really well, so it's going to be hard to get those turn-ins once Li Ming is aware of your presence. Magic missiles have a shorter cooldown than the turn-in channel, so she can effectively poke you forever. Buy time for the rest of Boyz the Chen to come over. They're also going to take the first warrior of the draft in Murden. I like that choice a lot. We've definitely seen Murden see an uptick in priority. Healing static alone at 13 makes him quite the handful. Slowing everybody down, his storm bolts are a big deal. He did get a talent rework of sorts in the most recent patch. Offers him a little bit more flexibility. Some of the W's built into his base kit now, but you can get that back later at 4 if you were so inclined. But that's a strong pickup. That's a really good start to Boyz the Chen's draft. Going in a second ban phase, Balloon Grant a Strength. That's 10 seconds. They have gone into their time pool. They are really thinking about what they want to do. They got 1 second. All right, so they ban out Falstad. This generally isn't his strongest map, but being a small map effectively makes his fly a global. So you can always show up and get that Mighty Gust in at the right time. Or the wrong time, depending on what side of it you're on. But ETC is going to be the ban for Boyz the Chen. Definitely starting to monopolize some of that. Leaving Johanna as the most viable option for Warrior, I feel. She still has a ton of wave clear. She also had undergone some recent changes. Let's see. I think Zagara is one of the few heroes that I just can't get down. So powerful, but I'm so bad with her. I can understand it. She's tricky. I've only played her a handful of times since her rework. It's kind of weird. She has like a Oh, the Rexar pickup. I like it. Misha's been fixed in the last patch. She doesn't get body blocked by minions anymore. I've always been a proponent of Rexar. Thought he's been a really underrated hero. A little wonky, a little awkward to deal with, but if the enemy team does not have enough dive to get the Rexar, Misha's a beast. Figuratively and literally. Yeah, the general consensus seems to be that Brax's holdout is a bit much. And in the games I've seen and played, it can get pretty snowbally. I think people have something of an unrealistic expectation of the map. I look at it like Dragonshire, where like you might not see the first like phase of it until like heroics come around. But if you lose out on that bad, then it's particularly rough. I'd imagine they're gonna nerf the siege potential a little bit. Either that or the boss. Because you get the boss and a heavy siege push, like the team that gets that can effectively go AFK. Hey Wins, how's it going? And ZimGB, hello. Ariel is going to be the pickup for Boyz to Chen. They have one more selection. Lunar is still out there. Brightwing, if they were feeling froggy, you have to go double support. Those are two heroes that synergize really well with Ariel. Brightwing and Ariel are a very difficult nut to crack. But they're going to lock in a solo laner. They're going to have him presumably down in a bot lane. The rest of the team rotating as 4, clearing out mid and top, seeing what mischief they themselves can get into. But I think the Rexar pickup is going to be quite the handful for Thrall. If Rexar is able to position themselves properly, Misha will land the stuns, be slowed by Rexar's little swoop thing. And even though Thrall has a self-sustain, so does Misha. And we're going to see the young Chen pickup. Double Warriors. Like, all right, you want to ban out ETC. We are just going to go full-on interesting. Rexar Chen or not, that's not a pairing you see too often. I mean, wow. I'm curious how this plays out. On paper, conceptually, I think that Boyz Chen has the stronger draft. If anything, it's stronger in terms of it being more meta-friendly. But I've also seen what can happen in the hands of a really good Rexar and or Chen player. Chen is going to be very difficult to take down for them. They have a handful of stuns, but those would be pretty valuable to spend on just him, considering the rest of the team that Balloon Grant of Strength has. You have Stormbolt, potentially Force of Wave, if that's, or Wave of Force, if that's what they go for. Detainment Strike. So they do have a measure of ways to interrupt Chen's chugging, but they might have bigger issues. They might have bigger fish to fry than to worry about doing all that. I am surprised that Johanna didn't see any. Yeah, Kate, I'm with you. I thought the last pick would be Johanna. I thought they could really use the wave clear going up against Zul. That might be a determining factor. The early game definitely favors Boyz Chen with their composition. If anything, by virtue of having Zul in their comp. And, I mean, Sylvanas can lock down the minions, but it's not as quick as, like, the Scythe, like, cutting through everything. But we're about to find out. All 10 players are ready. We're going to load into the game now. This is going to be Tomb of the Spider Queen. It's going to be cool. If Boyz Chen are able to establish themselves strongly in the early game, I do think that this is their game to win. But Balloon Grant of Strength have the unorthodox potential to really wow their opponents with an unusual approach. Chen and Amisha, they could be a handful. Like, it's going to be difficult to position yourself. How do you prioritize? That's a lot of chaos. If Boyz Chen are not disciplined in their focus fire and positioning, those unusual picks, those uncommon picks, definitely could have increased levels of value. So we'll see. I'm excited. Unmute the game. We're almost loaded in this bad boy. Who's got the potato? All right, one player who shall not be named. All right, we're in here now. Okay. On the left side, we have the home team in blue. Boyz, Chen, ABC, BBD. East Coast family. You're going to have Mitchie D's on Li Ming. Zergling's playing Zool. I'm just going to attack because these guys move around. Dan Clan's on Murden. Replaying is on Thrall and Akita's on Ariel. Good luck, have fun's out. Over on the right side, you got the members of Balloon. Grant Astray. Mr. Arigato's on Chen. Burt Macklin is on Kel'Thas. Tommy B514's on Rhaegar. Junko's playing Sylvanas and Glix. Thanks again for the follow. Rounding out the comp on Rexar. You're going to have the stun go out on replaying. Detainment Strike is a nice response. A little bit of self-sustain from Throw along with Ariel's healing is going to patch them up. Dan Clan throws a Stormbolt out and says, hey, I see you there. Another stun on Misha's going to start applying pressure to Murden. He's got the passive healing to deal with that. A little bit of scrap continues to happen. Mr. Arigato's got plenty of juice to chug. Ariel doing what they can to keep the hope up. But the wave clear is starting to make itself apparent. Zul is able to clear out that wave, force that up. Those are 3 gems that are not going to be picked up by the members of Balloon. Grant the strength, rotation top, and it's actually going to be Sylvanas down in the bot lane. Glix, feeling the pressure, he's going to have to start backing out. And this is a placement game. This is a placement division game. So after, based on the results of 4 games for these teams, we'll decide what division they wind up in. So these are important. You're going to see Murden. Dan Clan gets pinned down by Misha for the moment. Mr. Arigato was also trying to jump in there and apply his weight to the equation. Didn't work out. No takedowns just yet. Murden's actually doing a pretty good job of disrupting this rotation from the side of Balloon Granite Stream. Nice orb goes out on Burt Macklin. Poke is real. Mitchie D says, hey guys, Twitch emote. Tommy B jumps in there with the Pharaoh lunge. Zergling's going to have to start backing away. Dan Clan has this lane pushed up thanks to Zul's wave clear. And I think this is going to start to become a problem for them. Murden's slowing down the rotation. Zergling is going around by themselves, just clearing these waves out. It's starting to deny them soak opportunities. It's really starting to make itself apparent. And hey, Sermon, how's it going? And thanks, Pip. Appreciate it. The Detainment Strike sends Rexar back into the boards. Gonna net the first takedown of the game. Oops. That Detainment Strike, though. First takedown of the game in the favor of Boyz the Chen. Make that the second. Kel'Thas gets there. Goose cooked, but we do have a pause. Was that Burt? That was Burt. Gotta throw that pause in there. Sorry, Burt lagged out. Rip. Just a sec. We'll be right back. It gives us time to look at some of the talents. Level 4 was picked up by Boyz the Chen. They have not yet taken their talents. They just got 4. So, Searing Light, a little bit more damage out of Ariel. Third Wind, added sustain for Murden. Rolling Thunder, Power Hungry. Li Ming likes to burst. Backlash, I like that talent these days quite a bit. Over on the other side, you're going to have Regeneration Master, so Chen setting up for the sustain. That's the way I like to play Chen, personally. Convection, Colossal Totem, Paralysis, and Hunter-Gatherer. Definitely adds context to why they're having Rexar rotate around between mid and top. But this isn't really the best matchup for Sylvanas. It's not getting the most value out of her kit. She, at least this early, does not have the self-sustain to deal with Thrall in a grander sense. So at best, she's going to be able to neutrally hold that lane. But she's not going to be able to apply too much pressure one way or the other. So this is the front of my face again. He's booting back up. So apparently his whole Acme Dynamite kit blew up. So he'll be back here before we know it. 2 takedowns, slight experience advantage over in favor of Boyz the Chen. And like I said, they've done a really good job in getting ahead of the rotations. They've sent Zergling effectively by himself and had the other 3 members just kind of disrupting the rotation of Balloon Grant to Strength. And we see the effects of that and the waves being pushed up into the towers for Balloon Grant to Strength. I'm still looking at the game in the top lane. Both towers are out of shots already. The mid lane are at about half. Down in the bot lane, I mean, like I said, Sylvanas is her best bet is just to kind of keep this neutral. But Balloon Grant the Strength, they want to try to turn this around somehow. They do have some engage options in their arsenal. We are back in the game. What do I think of the Rexxar Chen combo? It's not one I see every day. We are back. I guess there wasn't a countdown. Rip. Well, nothing was really going on. I think it could work. Misha lands the stun. Chen, jumps past somebody. Really, can secure a kill there. Li Ming does have an escape. So she's not going to be the best target, though she will be squishy. But the other members, that combination can do a lot of work. It'll really be up to Dan Clan to position themselves properly in tank. And he's doing a really good job of that. You see him land a stun on Glix. Mitchie D's was getting chased by Misha. Bear decided to turn around though. Level 4 talents enjoyed by both teams now. Aikida almost caught out. Junko is now here in top lane. They've switched off. Chen is a very strong solo lane. They're going to sacrifice his ability to rotate around and get the regen globes to enable Sylvanas to catch up on this wave, on the wave clear. And I think that's a really good decision on their part. For the greater good. I'm sure Chen's like, I'm trying to live forever, man. And they're like, well, we're trying to have a core by the end of this, so get down in that bottom lane. Dan Clan by himself gets stunned. The Misha stun follow-up is real half health. You're going to see the chain bomb goes down. Throws a storm bolt, jumps over. An impressive amount of damage, but Merden's a squirrely character to take down, and even this early in the game, especially with that third wind talent, so he's going to be patched up in short order. Look, he's already at like 60% up. He's back to business. He's out here slapping people with storm bolts already. He's back. He's back. Level 7, experience advantage, still favoring Boyz to Chen. Small walls taken down. Again, 2 takedowns, 0. Burt Macklin jumps forward, feeling like Kael'thas can tank. Finds out that's not the case. Has to step back. Tommy B has plenty of mana to help that out, though. The Tamer Strike just misses Kael'thas for the engage there. 31 gems. Zul's been rotating around, collecting those, turns them in. So that's 47 out of 50. 15. Oh, wait, hang on. Stormbolt goes down. Burt Macklin gets away. You're going to see the Bone Prison go down on Rexxar. Again, finds himself, unfortunately, forward. And that's some of the trickiness to having Rexxar. If Rexxar is accessible to the enemy team, it almost doesn't matter what Misha's doing. Misha had full health, but if Rexxar dies, it doesn't matter. So the Rexxar body's positioning is going to be really important. If he can hang way in the back and have Misha kind of engage and start to set things up, and he just kind of goes in and try to, put the exclamation point on the damage after cooldowns have been spent, then you can see Rexxar do a lot of work. But if they're able to get to him before things even really kick up, he's going to have to start backing away. It's very difficult from a technical ability to effectively use Misha when you're running away like your hair's on fire because you're getting your face punched in. So, the more you know. First set of web weavers are here for Boyz to Chen, getting value out of the early wave clear. All the top and mid lanes already losing their fort walls. Misha's going to chase after Li Ming for a little bit, buys time for the web weaver to get taken down in the mid lane. Pressure still applied here in the top. We might see the first fort of the game get taken down. Junko is joined by Glix, who again puts himself in an accessible position. Zergling moves up, tries to put the Bone Prison down, might end up costing him quite a bit. Ariel rotates up in time to get the heal there. So we have Burt Macklin throw this Flame Strike out, trying to burn down this web weaver and save the fort. Trying to slow down his race at heroics. Orbs go in, just misses. Misha strolling around, lands a stun on Murden. Their ability to focus has been apparent. You see a nice cleanse go out on Glix, although arguably unnecessary given the decline in the overall team fight. Down in the bot lane, Chen is able to save the fort down here, but heroics have been picked up. Let's look at these. So you're going to have Crystal Aegis, Avatar, Disintegrate, Skeletal Mages. I like that heroic a lot. Definitely, once the members of Balloon Grant Strength commit to these team fights, the mages slowing them down could have huge implications. Makes it a lot easier for Li Ming to go bowling. Down in the bot lane, we do have some action. Akita's doing a really good job keeping the frontline members of their composition alive. Mitchie D's just waiting in the wings like, please step out here. Please step forward without your heroics. I would love to peg you in your face with an orb. 46 gems already turned in, make that 53, so we might even have the remix here before we know it. Zergling has 6, 29 turned in, 66 in the pockets for Balloon. The root goes down, stun follow-up, targeting continues. Gonna see the Skeletal Mages add a little bit of panache to all this. Dan Clan jumps forward, the body blocks enough to get the kill on Rhaegar. 24 gems on Mr. Arigato. And he's like, thanks for allowing me to get out of here. Flame Strike goes down. Boop, boop, boop. A little bit of poke damage, not too shabby. But Balloon Grant of Strength have yet to pick up their heroics, and they have yet to pick up the first takedown in the game. Zergling, curious enough to chase. If anything, he'll force out the Haunting Wave. Junko does jump out of there. Middle Fort goes down before the Web Weavers are even ready to rock and roll. Value had there. Down in the bot lane, you're going to see Rexxar get taken down yet again. It's one of the tough things about Zul, going up against Zul. That Bone Prison is the green light to really blow somebody up. So if Zul moves forward enough to get that Bone Prison on Rexxar, there isn't much Misha seemingly has been able to do to stop Rexxar from getting blown up. Level 13 is going to be around the corner. 5 takedowns to 0. Heroics are picked up. You're going to see Ancestral Healing, Bestial Wrath, Wailing Arrow, Phoenix, and Wandering Keg. So they now have some interesting tools for Engage and Disruption. They can really start to get the value out of this potentially chaotic element. But it's going to be hard. Being down 13 talent tiers. Chen jumps in there feeling like he's going to be able to make something happen. But the rest of his team had already exited stage right, so to speak. Middle Keep Towers out of ammo. It's a lot of experience to be had once those bad boys go down, but the top Web Weaver is still going. All I do is I largely wear button. Yeah, my job is business casual, so button ups, button downs, polos. Wailing Arrow goes in, silences a couple of members. The follow up is not going to be there. Glix again finds himself forward. He has to get the Ancestral Healing. Misha doesn't even get the heal from Rexxar before getting taken out. The engage is just not working out for Balloon Grant of Strength. You can cleanse him as much as you want, but that takedown is going to be dirty. 14 to 11. The advantage continues to be pressed by the members of Boyz the Chen, ABC, BBD. East Coast families approving that. I can tell you that much. 40 gems in the pockets of Balloon Grant of Strength, so they can get their first set of Web Weavers and just try to slow this down. I don't think they can look to venture across the map anytime soon. But if anything, just to buy themselves time to soak experience, they can sneak that in. That would be a step in the right direction. Looking at the 13 talents, we're going to have Repelling Strike. So you're going to see that long-range knockback on the Tamer Strike. Healing Static, Giant Killer, Glass Cannon. You see the Wandering Keg starting to isolate Zul, getting some value. He is by himself. Crystal Aegis is there, though. Aerial Pop stats going to save them for a few seconds. Li Ming cannot apply enough pressure. Chase is on. First takedown is had and enjoyed by the members of Balloon Grant of Strength. You're going to see the Detainment Strike go out on Misha, who's continuing to chase, getting the heal there. I'm wondering how antsy the members of Balloon Grant of Strength want to be here. They get the kill, right? That's a big step. That's a great thing for them. But they're about half health. Some of them are pretty weak and squishy. They catch one of those orbs the wrong way. And Glass Cannon Li Ming. How many video game themed shirts does Lauren have? I guess I have a good bit. A lot of my t-shirts are pretty much like 80s, 90s references between movies, television, cartoons, video games, stuff like that. So I like mashup shirts. As I guess as you've seen since you're asking that question. Let's see, Misha land a stun on Dan Clan. First set of web weavers of the game picked up by Balloon Grant of Strength. If they're going to find a way to establish momentum and work their way back in this game, they have a very small window where they are on even talent tiers, and I'm sure Boyz of Chen are aware of that. They're going to huddle together and make sure no one's caught out by themselves, especially seeing where they're at in the map. Thrall was going to be safe. Level 16 will be here. If they're able to get a kill before that happens somehow, that would have been huge for them. But being down 3 levels in the talent tier is going to make this push exceedingly difficult. Junko is not, he doesn't feel safe. He can't step up there and try to lock down structures because he knows that the engage is real. Sundering is available. Mages, everybody's got heroics, so this could be a full-fledged, full-power fight. And Balloon Grant of Strength understand that they can't really do that. They do catch Zergling, though. Can they isolate the kill him? The early Aegis is actually going to end up being in the favor because the barrel was still alive, knocking him back. Wailing Arrow goes down, finds Li Ming. The Phoenix is going to poke a little bit. Burt Macklin loses his face. Fire Mage goes down. Misha throws in the stun, tries to heal himself up, but Peter's going to play a little sad song for the bear. Misha goes down. And all considered, I mean, that's best case scenario, being down 3 levels in your talent tier. They played it well, trying to get the kill on Zul. That could have been a huge 6.5 out of 10 comeback mechanics. Alone would have given him a good amount of experience for that. Level 16 talents were picked up, though. We're going to see Reservoir of Hope, giving that larger hope pool to Ariel. Give him the axe. Murden's looking to scrap. You see Tempest Fury, Mirror Ball as well, amplified damage. So when those bone prisons go out, got to be a little concerned about that. Jinx is having a huge sale right now. Cool. I don't feel like I have that many shirts. I've worn them more than once. I try to mix it up, but I want to get some more shirts. You're going to see Mish get taken down yet again. At least it's not Glicks. I mean, could be worse on that front. 53 gems already turned in for Boyz of Chen. So they have more than enough to get another turn in. And they definitely have a window where they could press a tier advantage and really try to knock down some of these keeps. Balloon Grant of Strength have to understand the perilousness of their situation. I'm looking at Grix. I'm looking at Mr. Arigato. If they can land the God tier barrel Misha stun combination, that's going to be the key to their engagement, I feel. Along with the Wailing Arrow, that's an option available to them. Kael'thas, it's been scary. It's been scary for them to jump in there and really try to land too much damage. But Kael'thas, oh no! Kael'thas and Rhaegar both get deleted. I mean, they got ripped off the board for real. The chase is going to send Junko back to start. Mr. Arigato gets stunned. Can't chug. Jumps forward. Can they get the kill? They do. Take out Chen. It's going to be 3 for free. Plenty of health on this blue web weaver. Detainment strike. Shoving Glicks back in there. Rexxar and Sylvanas may not be enough to deal with all of this. You're going to see the bone prison go down. And that's a... amplified damage. Good lord. Rexxar finds himself on the milk box. If you've seen Rexxar or Misha, tell him to come home. Tell him to come home. But that's gonna be the game. Ouch. Brutal. Savage. Wrecked. I mean, that was just a well-played game by Boyz of Chen. Like I said, I've seen that name in the amateur scene, in some of the amateur tournaments. I think they're even at the qualifiers for PAX West. So they have competitive aspirations, and it shows. I would imagine they're on their way to Division 1, if not Pro Division, with a performance like that. Balloon Grant of Strength did play well, but they just were not able to deal with the early wave clear from Zul. And it really started to snowball things from there. Their positioning was, for the most part, good. Glix was called out on Rexar specifically, not Misha. That took a lot of the ability to team fight away from Balloon Grant strength. And it was just those little things. Boyz Chen continued to capitalize on any opportunity given to them, and they did not give many back to Balloon Grant the strength. I mean, it was 13 takedowns to 1. And they committed heavily for that 1 kill. Holy crap, Chrome with the host. Thanks, man. How's it going, people? Like, whoa. Sadly, the game I had to cast just ended. It was a very nice performance from the members of Boyz Chen. I was considering continuing to stream or do something, but I'm a little more heavily incentivized to do that now. I don't know. But yeah, I only had 2 Chair League games to cast. Again, welcome. The first one ended up being a no-show. One of the teams didn't show up, so then I didn't get to cast that, and I just had this fun game between Boyz Chen and Balloon Grant the strength. I understand the argument for Rexar, but they did not play him well to that strategy. Hey, Crone, again, thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Yeah. Dan Clan's like game's over. You were in the game. You were murdered. But yeah, much love. See, I can do that too. See. I think it might be time for some unranked. I could play some unranked. Yeah, let me do that. That'd be cool. I've committed to waiting until next week for before I jump into those placement games. I still have a little bit of PTSD from the last time I played placement games. They hurt. My feel. My one feel was significantly damaged, and it's only just repaired. So I'm game to play some unranked. We can do that. Let me turn off the delay though. So I'm gonna stop the stream and then come right back. Dan Clan, thanks for the follow, by the way. So I'll stop the stream, come back. There won't be a delay. Play a little bit of unranked with the Nikita bomb, and it'll be neat. So hang on.